All right, what's up, guys? Making a quick little update video. Just got the truck out of the shop. Got some new wheels on it. The wheels I ordered back in the previous video I mentioned, but there's some Pro Comp wheels. I usually go with a little bit more expensive wheel, if you will, on the trucks. But man, these were on sale. I actually paid $720 for all four, like total. $720 total for all four, which I thought was a steal. And honestly, I didn't even think I was gonna get them because it's been like 4 or 5 weeks since I ordered them. And they show up on my doorstep like 2 days ago. So I was pumped on that. I went ahead and went with some Cooper Discovery AT3s. I'm not sure what the XLT is right there. But yeah, just a good all-terrain. I believe they're 34.6 in diameter and 11.6 width. So they're not quite 12 wides, which is what I wanted, but I think they still look pretty good. The stance is good on it. It's nothing too crazy, but at least it kind of gives it a little bit more bulk. What we did up front is we went with the Roush Fox Stage 1 kit. It's the full coilover system right there, as you can see with the, it's not even a block necessarily. You can change the bottom of the shock. I'm trying to show you guys. I can see. You can change the bottom of the shock right there. And you can't really see my hand, this right there. On the bottom of that, of the perch there, and you can lower it back down, but they preset it to 2.5 inch lift basically, so it levels out the truck, as you can see, and it provides a better ride than factory, which was awesome. And then on the rear, we got the Fox 2.0s. I always love the 2.0s. I think it's by far like the cheapest option to make your truck ride better. Yeah, wheels and tire kits came out good. I can't exactly see. I think they have they have like little brush guards on the shock. I think it's a great quality for how much money. This whole kit was, I think it was basically $1,400 for all four corners on the suspension. The wheels I paid $720 for all four. The tires were actually pretty expensive. I think they're like usually they're like $440 a tire, I think. My guys at the tire shop said they hooked me up at $400 a tire. That might be high, I don't really know, but so say $1,600 on that. And then I paid $2,200 total, so another $600 in installation costs on this. It's pretty quick. I mean, once you have this on the lift, since they already had the wheels and tires off, it was a quick little swap out for them to do that for me. And then it was already at the alignment shop. I had them align it and balance the tires and the wheels and all that good stuff, so it came out good. Just gonna do a quick update on it, but also on the which I black, man, these trucks are so sweet. They're aggressive enough to where they don't look just like a basic F150. Like, it looks pretty damn good. I mean, obviously the Raptor looks a lot more intense, but for a stock F150, I mean, I think it looks killer. And then you add all this stuff onto it and it looks pretty good. And I'm really a fan of the lariats on this, how they did the trim, that brown color. Left the truck running, so it's a little warm today. But this brown color right here is just, it makes it look more expensive. Like, it makes it look like the truck is worth, the 70 whatever thousand price tag. Yeah, I was gonna go over one more thing too. On the gas there, you can kind of see it's almost 3/4 of a tank. And so what I was gonna do is I was gonna kind of explain. I have the JB4 on this truck, which is, I recommend to anybody that wants a little bit more power. And honestly, a little bit, I say a little bit, but I think it's like 100 horsepower or something. So it's probably 70 or 80 horsepower to the wheels difference, which is a big difference. And the torque is, I mean, I want to say it's around 100 or 120 torque on this thing that you can add just on the fly switch with the JB4. And it keeps your warranty. Obviously, it's not going to be near as good as a custom tune. You don't get any TCM tuning or anything with the shift points. So the truck is not even close to its full potential. But for $700, you can buy the tuning or the JB4, and it's extremely easy. Anybody can install it. It doesn't void the warranty, and you get the power gains that are just, back in the day, if people would have had, before people got real hardcore into heavy tuning with all these EcoBoost and turbo platforms, man, if you could have got a tuner or like a JB4 like this that would have added that much horsepower, that so many people would have done that. And it's like now, the custom tuning, people are like, oh, it's not as good as custom tuning. Well, yeah, you're right. It's not near as good as custom tuning, but you get a huge power increase. You get to maintain safety parameters, and anybody can install it, so you don't have to worry about any of that. You keep your warranty, which is the best part about it. Obviously, it's like the main selling point, I think, is like, like the custom tuning is better, but it voids your warranty. Well, this, you have no questions asked. You just take it off and you're fine. And then you get to enjoy it the whole time. So like for me, for an example, I filled up with 93 the other day. Well, 93 is obviously the premium fuel grade at the pump, and it costs the most, right? So it's expensive to fill up. This is a 36-gallon tank. It does take quite a bit of money. Now, I fill up my tank like probably 2 to 3 times a week. And whenever I say fill up, I'll get halfway or a quarter, and then I'll fill it up. But I usually always have my truck over half a tank of gas. So I fill it up 2 to 3 times a week. So if I fill it up with 93, it's pretty expensive. 36-gallon tank. I'll wait. What I'll do is on the JB4, I'll just put on the 93 setting, which I think is like map 2. I'll put on the 93 setting, and I'll drive around on that. Well, then as soon as I get to where I'm like 3/4 of the way, I believe it's 10 gallons, so it's a little bit under, or a little bit over 3/4. As soon as I get to where like I'm like 3/4 fuel, which is like I'm close, I can just go to the pump, and then I'll just fill it up with E85, which E85 is like $1.40, $1.40 cheaper per gallon than the 93 is, I think, at the pump. It may even be more than that now. So that makes a big difference. I get to fill the tank up, with E85, it costs less, and then all I have to do, I go in there, I click a different setting, map 3, it's 93 to E30 tune, and it takes 5 seconds. I get a cheaper fill up on gas, and I gain horsepower. So it's kind of cool. Like, it makes it easy to do. My wife's car, I can obviously have the same tuning, but it's custom tuning. But the thing is, I've just always been putting 93 in it because it's a pain in the ass to do E85 mixture and then do the custom tuning and all that stuff. To where the way the JB4 works, since it stays in these parameters, you can put 93 to E30, anything in between mixture, you put it on this setting, and it'll get, it'll bump up the boost levels. Well, then this next time around, like what I'm going to do right now, it's on the 93 to E30 tune, because I filled up some E85 yesterday. So that's what I did yesterday, that whole situation that I just explained. So now what I could do is I can go back to the pump, fill it up a little, maybe it may take a little bit of 91 at this point, but then fill it back up with E85 and put it on the E30 plus map, which technically they say you can run anywhere from E50, or they say anywhere from E40 to E60. E50 being basically the sweet spot. You don't want to go too much over 50, but it has that safety parameter. So it's awesome. And then one thing that so I'll do that again. I'll go in there, put E85, and then I'll turn the power up again, and then I get to enjoy it for that full tank at that power level if I want to. Or if I get to a point where I want to fill my tank up, then I can turn the tuning back down according to the ethanol percentage that I have in the tank. So that's extremely, and there's calculators and shit you can download that is extremely easy to calculate all that stuff to where you're not guessing really. But like for an example, I mean, this thing, especially after the level kit and the bigger tires, it is a lot laggier whenever I had it on the stock tune than I remember it being. So it's nice. This JB4 is nice because it gives you that little extra bump. So even if you even if you love the stock F150 power level, you don't necessarily want any more power. Well, then you get a lift or a level, and you get 35s or whatever size you want tires on, and it slugs your truck down a lot. everybody misses how peppy their truck used to be after you get bigger wheels and tires. Even if you don't want to haul ass in your truck, it's still annoying that you lose power getting bigger tires. So you can get one of these JB4s, turn it up just a little bit. Even on the 91 tune, it makes a difference over stock. I think it's like 2 pounds of boost or something. That'll get you back to those factory performing numbers, even if you have bigger tires and stuff on it, which I think is really cool. So I was just going to kind of run everybody through that and explain that, because I've really enjoyed that aspect of the JB4, how easy it is to switch it off my phone at the pump. And you don't have to reflash your vehicle, even though that only takes like 5 to 10 minutes on the Explorer ST, and that's about normal, 5-10 minutes for a flash. But I can sit there and do this even while I'm on the phone with somebody. I can just pull up the JB4 app and double click a button and connect to it. One button, double click, hit a map, and you're done. And it's awesome. So really enjoyed that aspect of it. I was just wanted to explain that a little bit, and it has some pep to it. I mean, whenever you put your foot into it, I mean, it definitely has some get up. And the intake has been solid for me. I love the feedback you get from it. So I know you guys really like to watch more of the Explorer content, and I get it. It's a lot more interesting of a car. But I'm just kind of explaining some people, this EcoBoost platform in general is awesome. And it's just, it's cool that you can do all these things now. Like first time truck owners, instead of having to worry, like doing all this stuff, you're not very mechanically inclined, you want to tune your truck, even if you're a 16-year-old kid, this JB4 is a great intro into that custom tuning kind of thing, to where you can play with it. It's still safe. And I thought that was really cool. So, I have them in, I had it in the Bronco, and then now I have it in the F150. I love it. I'll probably always have it on any new Ford vehicle that I don't want to custom tune and void the warranty. And they make them for a few other models. I know some BMWs can use them. I think Audi has a couple of vehicles that are supported by them. So overall, great product. I will be more updates on the ST coming. I finally got the downpipe situation fixed where it was cracked on the cats. It's a factory recall on the ST. And I got it fixed. I didn't want to take it to a dealer, so I've had it welded a couple times. And realistically, if I was going to keep the car, I would just get new downpipes. But catless or high flow downpipes, I guess is what they're called. But I don't think we're going to keep it that much longer, just because of the fact, just kind of where we're at. We're going to look at a bigger vehicle. So, but yeah, until next time.